Take two. What if Deku had Ultra Instinct? I swear to God, it was easier to do it on the other phone. Now. So.
Deku's a living god from the day he was born.
No, I'm kidding. So, Deku, since the day he was born, has always had the miraculous ability to dodge things. Even though every once in a while a fist did go all the way through and make contact with him, he would always dodge explicitly well, even especially for his age. But inevitably, the doctor says he's quirkless, and this breaks Deku's heart. Although he's not, although he's not giving up on his dream, he trains on his body, and a little bit of martial arts. After 3 years of training, he feels confident that he's good enough. You know, now that he has always had the natural ability of super strength and super speed, and not really natural ability of super strength and super speed. More like he was stronger than usual. So by the age of 14, he was fast and he was as strong as Stain. I'm just gonna give you that. He gets attacked. One day he's going home and he gets attacked by a sludge villain. Deku dodges the first couple of attacks like normal Deku. And well, eventually the sludge villain actually does manage to grab Deku. And Deku's sitting there saying, I do not want to die. I do not want to die. I do not want to die. I still have to achieve my dream. When Deku says the last sentence, the sludge villain is screaming in pain. All Might hears this and goes. And he comes out. All Might is shocked. He saw the last 5 seconds where Deku is in the sludge villain and then all of a sudden this ray of light comes out of nowhere. But he also felt the heat wave coming off of this boy. It was intense. The only way he could describe it is as if there was a massive fire in front of him, consuming an entire city. When Deku turns around to face the sludge villain's movements are going so slow. And Deku's not even thinking of dodging, and he moves. When Deku finally notices how fast he's moving, he's in complete shock. Deku goes and he punches the sludge villain in his gut. Complete. And even though not even All Might can keep up with Deku's movements, the punch was less than 5% than All Might's original smash. Or, I'm gonna say just was 5% of All Might's smash, of All Might's power. So, like, his speed's like 150% of All Might. But then there's his strength, which is at 5%, just to keep things fair. That sludge villain hit that wall like a bitch. He was gone. All Might collects the sludge villain and then goes up to the kid saying, using your quirk is not good. Oh, Deku, still an Ultra Instinct, goes, I'm not quirk. I don't have a quirk. Deku, yes. All Might says, yes you do, you. What? Then what's that? Deku finally notices the silver aura around his body. And then when he does this, the state of no mind. And obviously, now he has a mind, and it, bye-bye. So when Ultra Instinct powers down, the recoil of it destroys Deku. When Ultra Instinct powers down, he feels like his entire body is on fire. He feels the excruciating pain of tightened muscles, cramps, constantly all over his entire body. When he hits the floor, All Might obviously knows that he was not ready to use a quirk such as power full as that. All Might grabs Deku and rushes him to a hospital. Deku is sitting there with his mom on his side and an old man with blonde hair. He goes, who are you? And he goes, my name is Toshinori. All Might sent me to watch over you, kid. Doctors come in, so you just awakened a quirk. Yeah, it seems to react. Yeah. All Might gave me a description of the quirk, what it looked like. It had silver bluish aura, and well, when he activated, he has silverish bluish aura. His eyes turn silver, and the green part of his hair also turned silver. And he was untouchable. He was dodging that man's attack so fast. It seemed like to him, the man wasn't moving. All Might said he couldn't, not even he could keep up with the boy's movements. Deku eventually gets relief to the hospital, and well, he's actually pretty happy that he has a quirk now, although he has to get used to the recoil and actually learn how to activate it again. As he's walking out back home, he runs into a massive crowd. He tells his mom that he's going to see what it is, and well, when he does, he's absolute shock. His body, like he's used to now, moves on its own, and it runs towards Bakugo. Deku, who actually regains a little bit of control, grabs a metal rod out of the floor. Then he goes and he attacks the sludge villain in the eyes, also dodging all the attacks the sludge villain sent. God damn this kid! First he completely one-punching me, and now he's saving my other victim? Deku's fist hit the floor, and Deku puts the rod in between the sludge villain and Bakugo. Then he goes and kicks the rod, causing it to act as a lever, releasing Bakugo from the sludge villain's grasp. Bakugo immediately takes charge of the situation, grabs Deku by the collar, and gets them both out of there. In this what if, Bakugo doesn't really hate Deku. He actually respects him, because even though he's quirkless, he has the ability to dodge every attack anybody sends at him. He just trained his reflexes to a point where he's untouchable. So now it's just them two against the sludge villain. The sludge villain immediately goes for an attack. Deku and Bakugo dodge because their reflexes are just that fast. And, well, they continue on. Bakugo, here's how it goes. Deku moves Bakugo out of the way of the sludge villain, and he dodges the first couple attacks. Then Bakugo, making sure that Deku doesn't get overwhelmed, goes for an explosion to the sludge villain, and he just keeps going like this and like this. Eventually, the sludge villain notices what they're doing, and instead of going for Bakugo, he goes for Deku this time. They're about to do the same thing, but then he immediately changes his course of action and goes straight for Bakugo, and he actually succeeds. He's getting on Bakugo, and Deku is about to jump for Bakugo, but it's too late. The sludge villain goes and smacks Deku in the face, and it was so fast he didn't even have time to his body didn't have time to react. Deku's just over there staring. He gets up and he says, "I am not gonna let you kill him. I have to save him. I have to save him." The sludge villain has learned how to move so fast that Deku cannot actually dodge any of his attacks and overwhelm him. He goes for an all sides attack, then all of a sudden Deku vanishes. And so does Bakugo. The sludge villain turns around to see Deku right there, holding Bakugo. Bakugo falls to the floor, complaining about the massive heat. Then he sees Deku, with a silverish aura and silver eyes. The heroes are about to step in, but it doesn't matter. The sludge villain wants to run away, but Deku doesn't let him. He goes, "Where are you going?" As he goes into a battle stance and then sends a punch. Even though he was he was like 5 feet away, the shockwave of the punch was enough to pierce through the sludge villain, completely knocking his ass out. And now, everyone's yelling to Deku, saying you should have never used your quirk on him. You went too far. Deku, again, falls to the floor in pain. Although not as strong as the last one, he still feels it. Toshinori goes up to him and says it was an accident. He doesn't know how to use his quirk. Most likely it triggered when he wanted to save that boy as badly as possible. So as Deku's walking home with Inko, Bakugo goes up to him and says, "Thank you, Deku. I don't know what I've done without you," and goes away. But he says it in such a tone where He doesn't say exactly those words, but and he also says it in such a tone where you wouldn't really expect him to be nice. Well, All Might's not gonna give Deku his quirk, because like he's so ridiculously fast and strong. If he gives him his quirk, he might as well be a god. And so Deku goes and he achieves Super Saiyan. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. So he trains for the next 10 months to try and activate this quirk. And never actually does. Until 9 months later, when he only has 1 month left, he manages to do it. He was just laying on his bed, relaxing, listening to everything, not really thinking of anything, when it activated. Deku heard a loud bang at the bottom of his house. Deku goes down the stairs. You're still in this kind of trance, and then he sees not a monster, a villain in his house about to hurt his mom. Deku, still in this trance, plus this situation, immediately jumps into Ultra Instinct accident. He kicks the villain so fast and so hard he flies at the window. 911 is immediately called and Deku falls to the floor again in pain. So Deku now knows what to do to activate Ultra Instinct, but it doesn't always work for some reason. And when he does do it, he can only hold it for 10 seconds before he collapses to the floor of all the energy. But when he does, he grows a little bit more tolerance to the pain. Alright, so now the UA's entrance exam. The UA's written exam, it was a breeze. He goes right through it with no problem. And he actually didn't fall as much. He didn't fall because he was confident in his abilities. Now that he knows that whenever he's in trouble that this ability will kick in, he's not really afraid as much. So he goes, Deku knowing that there is a button to shut off the villain and to shut off the robots, uses it. And yes, in canon there was a button where Deku could just press and the button it's a shut off button. There we go. There was a button where Deku could have just pressed and he would have been just fine. Instead of running around like a little playing though. But yeah, so Deku just presses around the button or destroys parts of it with his immense strength, which he's still just as fast and as strong as Stain. Food. Okay, so yeah, don't mind the noise. I'm sorry, guys. So he goes and he is kicking ass, Plano. So right now he's got about 40 points, and the exam is about to be over. He goes and he's about and he hears a scream. All right, now let's have a flashback. Deku was actually tripped over a rock. He didn't fall on himself, but he tripped over a rock. And this girl, Uraraka, was about to catch him, but he actually catched himself. He sees the girl was about to catch him and says thank you anyway. And well, they have that little moment. And then at the beginning of the entrance exam, before they even got in and to start, Deku sees this girl. She has black hair and it's in a spike ball. It's in a spiky ball. She seems nervous, so Deku just goes up to her and Ida stops him. And she's trying to focus. Yeah, but she's nervous, and if she doesn't calm down, she's gonna have trouble. So Deku goes up to her anyway, with Ida trying to stop her. Hello, what's your name? Mama goes, Mama Yajirosu. Mama Yajirosu. What's yours? My name is Izuku. I noticed from far away that you're super nervous. Calm down. What's your quirk? Creation. That's actually a pretty powerful quirk. Huh? I'm guessing you can create things? That's a very useful quirk. If you don't get it, none of us will. So just calm down, take a deep breath, and you'll be fine. And Momo takes these words and she appreciates them. Deku goes off, and while the what's it called? And also, did I forget to mention I got parts of this from Anime Outlet, from the tripping rock to him reassuring Momo that she's gonna get in. Oh no, the conversation there was a little bit different, but they did the same thing. So I got parts of this from Anime Outlet, just so you guys don't think I'm copying him. It's completely different, for the most part. So Deku gets around 40 points and he hears a scream. Uraraka, the girl that was about to catch him, is about to get crushed by a rock, by the hero villain. The hero villain. Oh my god, the 0-pointer. Deku's about to run, but then he sees the girl again. Sees Momo again. She grabs her staff and she kicks, and he hits the rubble off. She grabs Uraraka, but the 0-pointer robot is there, and it's about to destroy, and it's about to hit her, both of them. So, just to make sure that Uraraka lives, she throws her out the way. The 0-pointer is about to kill Momo, but Deku comes out of nowhere, grabs Momo, and then jumps in the air. Alright, so now they're on a rooftop after Deku just climbed the whole thing with Momo in their arms. The 0-pointer is looking. She says, "Thank you." Again. And she says, "No problem." Then, all of a sudden, there's a giant. The 0-pointer robot is about to appears again and is about to punch them. Momo has a scared look on her face, and so Deku just goes, "It's right behind us, isn't it?" "Yeah, well, don't worry. Take my hand and close your eyes, and we'll be just fine." And, well, Momo does this. She takes Izuku's hand and closes her eyes. Deku instantly goes into Ultra Instinct. And, well, here's how Momo describes it. A pleasantly warm feeling. What is this hot sensation? It feels like it should be burning me, but it's pleasantly warm. As she says this in her head, as Deku literally, he says, "Open your eyes again." And they're in the teacher's lounge. The teachers are all like, "Where the hell did you come from? Where the hell did you come from?" Deku sees a familiar face. "Toshinori? What are you doing here?" "I'm one of the staff at UA." I was like, "That's convenient." He's like, "Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be right back." Momo's confused on how she got here. But then she understands how when she sees Deku just vanish into thin air. Deku and the 0-pointer get into a brawl. Even though the 0-pointer cannot even come close to touching Deku, it's attacking missiles, and he has to go and save the people who are about to get hit by the missiles. Eventually, Deku actually gets back into the teacher's lounge, but something's different happening. The 0-pointer, instead of throwing missiles or punching, is literally charging up an energy blast on his face. The energy blast keeps charging, and Deku, thinking of an ability that he thought about earlier, about a month ago, tries to do it. "Maybe I have an ability to stop that." He goes, and Mr. Aizawa turns around and says, "What is it?" It's like, if I put all this heat into one spot and release it, it should create plasma into one direction, causing it to be like an energy beam. I was like, "Okay, can you do that, please?" "Probably." Like you says, as on instinct, he puts a foot forward and both his hands in one direction backwards. And he goes, "Ka." Here's the sound they all hear as an energy ball forms. "May." Deku, as he continues to yell the Kamehameha, his aura starts to disappear, and All his aura is being pointed into this one single blast. Ha, May. Deku continues to say, as the robot finishes charging up and sends the energy blast flying towards Deku, the Deku just releases ha. The Deku, I mean not Deku, the energy blast. Literally, they get into a beam struggle, but it wasn't long. It wasn't for long when Deku just goes ah, releasing more of the energy he built up into his hands. The robot is overcome, and its entire head, no, its entire top side is gone. Deku falls to the floor, knowing that he used way too much energy, and from the strain of using Ultra Instinct. I win. Even if Deku did not get 40 points after that demonstration, he knows he must have got in. But he wasn't sure, so for the entire weekend, he was just relaxing and trying to keep it off his mind. And well, one day he got the letter, and during the thing, he accidentally turned into it. He was hoping, he was praying that it actually worked. And it did, so. And well, Jesus, my lord, why did you cause to fall? Okay, anyway, so he gets in and he obviously passed, but he was surprised to see that he had 104 points. Then All Might explains that there was two different point systems: the destroy the robots points and the rescue points. You got 64 rescue points, and then you also got 40 regular points, giving you a score of 105, scoring you at first place. Deku jumps in the air with tears forming in the eyes, saying yes. As he goes back to school, as he goes to UA, he notices the door's a little bit big. And he's like, why is it so big? So he opens the door and then he sees Ida yelling at Bakugo to get his shoes off the thing. Bakugo's just like, fine, whatever. Because of the good influence Deku placed on him for years. Bakugo sees Deku and then he jumps up in the air about to punch Deku. But Deku, being Deku, dodges it, kicks him, and then he hits the wall. And well, that was it for that. Bakugo then gets up and says, I'm never going to be able to hit you at this rate. You're going to have to get a lot better than that. Also, nice job in scoring first place. Thanks. Ida goes up to Deku and says, how did you know there was another set of level of point systems? He just goes and says, I didn't. I just did what felt was right. Plus, my body moved on its own. Uraraka walks in the room. Well, before that, Momo goes up to Deku and says, you were so incredible. Thank you for saving me. I thought I was gonna. It was no problem. Deku says, kind of a little bit flustered. Then he gets even more flustered when Uraraka comes into the room and says, hey, it's the boy with the spiky hair that can turn silver. Uraraka says thank you to Momo for saving her life, and then he turns around and says thank you to Deku for saving her life and saving Momo's life. It's like, it's no problem. I just felt like doing it. And now, then Mr. Aizawa comes in the room saying, if you're here to make friends, you might as well leave. Deku had the strong urge to leave the plane now. Deku sits down. Deku's analyzing Mr. Aizawa, but he still can't figure out who the heck he is. And he eventually will. So he says they're having a quirk acceptance test and they're not going to the ceremony. So they go to the middle of. They go and he says, you guys seem a little bit way too relaxed. So whoever gets last place is expelled. And well, Deku, even without Ultra Instinct, is incredibly strong and fast, so he's not worried. So he runs, and is getting second place in the running, fourth place in the side-to-side, third place in the grip strength, and then so on and so forth. Deku, who is in the ball throw. He just throws the ball. He doesn't do no ultra instinct. He has no reason to. And he actually scores a decent place, 3rd place. Vignetta gets last place, and he didn't really impress Mr. Aizawa as much, so he just gets expelled. And goodbye, I thought. I had to get slapped in the face, I know. But he does get expelled. So I'm gonna do the USJ arc and the and the hero and villain exam tomorrow. So if you guys want to see that, well, next video. Well, either way, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a nice day. All I Want Stories out.